Hey everybody, Nolan here with the Tailored Realty team. Happy Tailored Tuesday. Today we're going to be going over 5 tips of things that buyers can think about while you're putting together offers so that you can win in this competitive market. We are entering the spring market right now. Things are really intense out there. There are not a lot of homes for sale and there are a lot of buyers looking. So buyers are having to go above and beyond when they write their offers and think about things other than just price to make sure you're coming out on top when you offer on a home. So we're going to go through 5 things today that can help push your offer over the top. So number 1 is your earnest money. Earnest money is the amount of money that you're putting down when your offer first gets accepted. It's like an early deposit that then later goes to your closing costs or to your down payment. But that just shows that you have some skin in the game, that you're not just going to walk away from the house, that you're serious about this property. Putting down a little more earnest money is one way to show sellers that you're really serious about this property. 2, closing date. We want to make sure we're picking a closing date that works best with the sellers. When you're working with a great buyer's agent, they're going to be connecting with the seller's agent, making sure that if there are specific terms that they're looking for, we're trying to match those. One of those being their ideal timeline and when they would like to sell and be out of their home. 3, inspection. Now, we always recommend that buyers get inspections on their homes, especially if it's an older home. But one thing that a lot of buyers are doing right now to win in this market is they are waiving their inspections or making their purchase not contingent on the results of an inspection. Now, if you're thinking about this, this is definitely something to talk about with your realtor. It is a house-by-house basis. Make sure it's something you feel comfortable with. But buyers or sellers are really looking to sell their homes with as little contingencies in place as possible, and the inspection being one of those. Which brings me to number 4, other contingencies. So if you have a house to sell before you sell your next house, let's get that done. You know, sellers are looking to accept an offer that doesn't have a lot of holdups. They're not waiting on other things. So you want to make sure you do not have a sale of another property contingency when you're purchasing that home. And 5, finally, is your appraisal gap. So when you offer on a home and it gets accepted, your loan officer is going to order an appraisal on the home to determine the value of the home. Now, your purchase, your down payment, and your loan are only based on that appraised value of that property. So if the appraisal comes in lower than the agreed upon purchase agreement, sellers are looking for someone to come in and say, hey, even if the appraisal comes in lower, we're going to guarantee you that agreed upon purchase price. We will pay cash to make up that difference. So if you're offering above asking price on a home, sellers are looking for someone who's going to be able to say, and we will pay cash to cover the gap in case it appraises low, or we'll pay cash to cover a certain extent of that gap, or $10,000 or $20,000 or whatever it might be. Because they want to make sure that the deal is still going to be solid and not fall through just in case it appraises low. So those are the 5 things to think about other than price when you're putting together an offer: your earnest money, closing date, inspection, contingencies, and appraisal gap. Please reach out if you have any questions about any of these, and if you're ready to start looking for a home, we'd be happy to help you. Sellers, if you're thinking of selling, now is the time. So please reach out. Let us know in the comments if you have ideas for other videos in the future. Otherwise, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.